ixcualmecatl. I'm here today to show you how to light the Sahumador, the Popoxcomitl. This is going to be a practice that is going to be very varied by individual to individual. I'm going to show you how I light mine and how I've been taught. I've been taught by many different people from many different walks of life in the tradition to people outside the tradition. And like I said, lighting the Popoxcomitl is something that's very personal. And so if you've already been taught and are looking for a new way, then feel free to observe. If you're just learning, I hope that my tips and how I light my Popoxcomitl helps you on your journey. And I'm sharing it with lots of love. And thank you so much for watching. Today you will be kneading your Popoxcomitl. You're needing some charcoal. Now this is the charcoal I recommend. It's 100% mesquite. You're going to find different charcoals. You have to get a 100% natural one because the other ones have toxins, and there are certain hardwoods that take a really long time to light and are really difficult. So I recommend mesquite. And primarily more of like the lighter ones that have more lines. You're gonna learn to figure out which coal is the best to burn. You want them to have lines and openings to let oxygen and the flame through. You're gonna be needing ocote. Ocote is a type of fatty resin tree. This is a tree called ocote. But you can find fire starting wood, sometimes called fat wood. You can find that at Home Depot or Lowe's if you're on this side of the state. If you're in Mexico, you're gonna find ocote. But otherwise fat wood, and you can find many of them. And they usually come in long sticks like this. You're gonna need your knife to split the ocote to get long little strips or varitas of ocote. They'll look more like this. And we're gonna be starting with 6 of them. So make sure you have your 6. And then we're going to be needing matches. You should be lighting your Popoxcomitl with matches. That's how it's traditionally done. And you're gonna need your Copal. I have a few different varieties here. Yeah, so let's get started. So you're gonna get 6 of your ocotes. You need 6 because each one represents one of the 6 sacred directions. You have the 4 directions, and then you have what's above and what's below. So before you place your ocote, you ask permission. You do so by going forward, backwards, left, right, left 2 circles, and right 2 circles. Now you're ready to place your ocotes. You place one for the north. And I place them the pointy bit inward, and you're gonna be forming like a concave little basket. So I have 4, I just need 2 more. take one of these that are a little bit thinner. Like this one, you can see is thin here. Or you can get one of these that has the most resin. You can see because it's a little darker. I'm going to take my matches. And you want to hold it up like this. Sometimes you have to block the wind. And once it's lighting up, be careful about your fingers. I place it here in the center where all the sticks are meeting. Once that you see that it's starting to light, you get your charcoal. Make sure that those cracks I was talking about are facing down, facing the fire. Sometimes you may have to break your charcoal. Let me place it on top. Don't smother the fire because it needs the oxygen to breathe. Always before you light the fire, you want to make sure that your heart is clear, that your mind is clear, that you have pure and loving intentions, and you're going to get burned, part of the process. A good idea is to get another cocote to help you move the charcoal around. You always want to make sure that there's oxygen in between your charcoal. You want to make sure that your charcoal is also on top of the fire. When you see that it starts to die down, you want to make sure that that the charcoal is white. It's important to blow air, to blow breath into your fire. You have to be careful when you blow that where you're blowing there's an exit. So blow where there is like a door, a puerta, and you blow. Make sure that there's a passage between the charcoal, otherwise you're going to be blowing and the hot ash and the charcoal is going to pop on your face. So just being mindful. You want to hear it pop. I had a teacher once tell me not to blow into the fire because it takes your breath away. It takes your life away. And then I've had another teacher tell me that you have to blow into the fire because you're breathing life into it. So I ended up staying with my second teaching of blowing life into the fire. But it's up to you what approach you want to take. Some Sahumadoras, or one practice you can do is to have a fan, and you can fan into it. My goal when blowing into it is to get a flame rising again, to make sure that the charcoal becomes white and hot. We do get little sparks. Known as little kisses. When blowing into the fire, refrain from taking your breath from in front. So don't breathe right here, because you're breathing in that carbon monoxide. You want to move your head to the side. Inhale and exhale into your fire. So there's a little flame going. It's starting to get white underneath this one. And be patient with it. Take your time. You know, this is your personal time with you and your fire and your heart. The more you light your fire, the more you start to build a relationship with it. And it begins to speak to you, and you can learn things about yourself and the people around you through your fire. Learn about the condition of your heart and where you are. So pay attention to the feelings and thoughts that cross your mind while you light your fire. Remember that the fire is our oldest ancestor. It's important that when you see that the coals are well lit and white, that you turn them around. Sometimes use your fingers or use a stick, making sure I'm not on fire. Give myself little taps. So you flip the black part of the charcoal onto the white, and you continue to blow. I like to blow in the areas where the white is making contact with the black, with the unlit charcoal, to get it to light. I don't know if you can see. Where it's glowing red is where I'm blowing. I find that a gentle breath is what you need. A long, gentle, sustained breath. Nice and hot. It's pretty lit. This one in the back is not lit at all, so I'm just gonna move it right there. And kind of keep flipping it around depending on what your ultimate purpose is. You know, if you're ready to dance or ready for a long ceremony, you have to make sure that you work on getting at least both sides of the charcoal lit so that your fire can last a long time. Here I've only put 3 pieces of charcoal. I'm being conscious of how much I'm using and for the purpose of what I'm using it for. So I don't have a long ceremony. I don't need a lot of charcoal. So this is what I've got going. And now after your copal is, after your fire is lit, you can see, but there's a whole bunch of white right in the middle here. So when placing your copal, again, you want to salute the directions. And you want to place your copal where the charcoal is white. If you place your copal anywhere else, you run the risk of actually snuffing your fire, snuffing your flame. And you want to do little bits of copal. You don't want to put a big chunk unless your fire is really, really lit. And that's how you light your fire. When your work is done, you're going to take your charcoal to a nearby tree, ask it for permission, and you're going to bury your charcoal in the earth with a little bit of copalito, blessing the earth, digging the earth with your hands, and thanking the copal, the charcoal, for hearing your prayers and being the conduit for your heart.